Hey guys, and welcome to more World of Guns, Gun Disassembly. Today we're doing the Ruger LCR. So if you didn't know, LCR stands for Light Compact Revolver, which brings me to one of the first things that makes this gun interesting. It's a revolver, but it has no visible hammer. The hammer's actually in the gun, or like concealed in the gun rather, which makes it quite interesting. It's very light, it's only gun with a stainless steel barrel. So I did some research because again this isn't a gun I really knew anything about. Clean and easy field strip. You just take out the fire control and put in the housing. It's the grip first, then the crane. No, come on, I thought it was grip then crane. Oh yeah, you have to put in that. It's one of those guns where you magically have to put in the grip screw before and put in the grip before you can put on the crane, even though there's no reason you couldn't put on the crane because it's empty. But I guess the idea is that the crane might have bullets in it, so you should put it on last. But anyway, let's hop into our disassembly. Oops, sorry. Crane pivot screw. Crane. Pull out the cylinder. The ejector. Okay, how do we get? Okay, yeah. Ejector extender, center lock pin. Move to the bottom. Pull out the grip screw. Pull off the grip. Move to the top. Pull out the fire and control nut. And we can move up the whole fire control housing. But let's finish off the main gun here. So assembly button retaining. Pull out the firing pin plug. Pull out the barrel, which allows you to pull out the front latch cap. And that's the, oh no, sight. Then I think we have our disassembled. There, okay. So we want to pull out the cylinder latch pin, trigger pivot pin, which lets us pull out the whole trigger mechanism. This gun's different where you pull the trigger quite early, compared to different guns where you pull triggers like the last thing you pull out. But revolvers have to be compact, so they're often a little bit different. No? I thought the hammer was highlighted. This is all hammer, I thought it was pulled out, no? Well, this pin probably should be moved first. That might be a glitch in the game actually, that pin isn't highlighted first. But anyway, pull out the sear pin. Move the hammer strut pin, move the hammer strut, main seat spring, main seat. Perfect. It's actually pretty easy to assemble. Not too complicated. These revolvers though always take me for a bit of a ride. But main spring seat. Here, sear pin, hammer strut. Put it back in the hammer. We want to put back in the hammer pivot pin. Reassemble the trigger. Put the trigger back in. Cylinder latch pin. Trigger pivot pin. Okay. Front latch cap. Barrel. Front sight. What does that go back in? That's the crane pivot screw, so that goes in last. Just wanted to double check. Anyway, assembly button retaining. Excuse me. Firing pin. Okay, so let's think what goes on first here. Center lock pin first. Ejector extension. Ejector. Cylinder. Fire control housing. No, not grip. Oh, okay, fire control housing, fire control nut, grip. See, these ones are always a little bit trickier than you think they are. Cylinder, crane pivot screw. It always gets you a little bit there. They can be a little bit touchy, these revolvers, but you always get them in the end. Hop into operation. Okay, so let's hop up and the thing I like about these revolvers is you can do this spin revolver and you can play Russian roulette. So is this a live round? No. Is that one? Nope. So, and we know that we fired, so the next 3 will be live rounds. Okay. And now we're spinning an empty cylinder. Just for the fun of it. So let's pop out and let's toss the X-ray and see what's happening here. Oop. I want to continue. As you know, not much you can do with this gun, so you can see the round there. Let's fire a couple shots. Oop, I took the load, I think. Has a bit of jump to it, a bit of kick, but if you've used a revolver, that's always how they are, so. Let's quickly reload her. Okay, so we'll hop into the slow. 2 is usually the best, or 3 PRS is probably best. No, 3 cuts you off. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You see better here. Let's go 50, just so trigger is pulled here. So it's a double action revolver. Okay, so trigger's pulled and the whole action pushes up the hammer, which also spins the cylinder here, and it hits, and then the trigger resets. Okay, trigger resets. We'll just skip that. Probably better than 10. So you can see trigger's pulled, which pushes this up, pulls back the hammer, and then resets. Pulls, starts spinning the revolver, pulls back the hammer. When it hits maximum, it releases and hits the pin. Not too much to see there. Oops. I guess you can see it in this mode. I'm not sure if this really shows you any much. I think much more. Not really. It's kind of the same idea. But I thought I'd show you guys kind of how that works. So. But it's interesting. Anyway guys, thanks for coming out for more World of Guns gun assembly, and we'll see you in the next one for more. Thanks guys. Later.